Hi Aquarius, these are your general and collective messages from January 2022 till June 2022. These are general and collective, so please take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If you feel like the message is not applying to you, it's probably not your message at this time, so please don't force it to resonate. Okay, so we look at the next 6 months, how they're going to be. We look at what your energy is going to be, what is the theme that you're going to experience coming in and out or being there throughout for the next 6 months. What is something that you want to really work on over the next 6 months, what blessings you will have, what you might struggle with, and potentially how you might end June 2022. Okay, so let's get one theme for Aquarius from Jan 2022 till June 2022. Okay, so your theme is doll. So I feel like over the next 6 months, stuff related with your childhood, Aquarius. So you could experience some old wounds coming back up, or childhood wounds, or some illusions either being shattered, or you realizing that certain things you thought to be real were in fact illusions, especially regards to your childhood, especially regards to your growing up years. Okay, so that's looks like that's going to be the theme for you guys, for some of you. So this will come up for you guys, like maybe pain, hurt, or just things that may have caused you pain, especially when you were a child. You may have suppressed those, and those will come up in this year for you to review. So for some of them that will happen. For the others of you, there could be things in your life that may be repeating themselves, cycles in your life, experiences, situations, same kind of people, etc., that could be repeating in your life, and that could have something to do with your childhood. Some things that you may not have closed from your childhood, or some things that you may not have dealt with from your childhood, especially old wounds, especially hurts, especially transgressions which were done to you or you did to somebody else in your childhood, things that you suppressed. Okay, either ways, take it as it applies to you guys. So I'm getting two messages. So for some of you this will come up. It's your job to review it, release it, and move on. Okay, don't get too involved with what happened in the past. So like I said in the previous reading also, the only time is now. That's the only reality. Sure, our past shapes our lives. Sure, our past has a hold on the conditioning we have and the experiences we have and the way we respond to people. But we, again, our possibility or our ability to respond in the current moment is limitless. We can respond in any way that we want. Oftentimes we respond in auto mode, which is something which we've carried or inherited from the past without really thinking about it. So that's something you want to work on, or that's going to be the theme for you guys, Aquarius, over the next 6 months. Okay, so I would say stay focused in the present moment. Do what you have to do in terms of if anything comes up from your childhood to be reviewed, review it, release it, and move ahead. Okay, let's look at one thing you want to actively work on over the next 6 months. What do I do? I'll take the two which are like that. Okay, two things you want to oh god, Aquarius. So two things you want to actively work on: shadow self, which is the same as doll, old wounds, repressed wounds, especially childhood, which become your shadows, which don't allow you to move to the light. That's what you want to work on over the next 6 months till June 2022. And the next one is a beautiful one: unconditional love. You want to work on this, Aquarius. Whether it is receiving unconditional love and keeping yourself open to receiving that unconditional love, or it is extending unconditional love. Okay, so you've got this is 34, which adds to 7, so 7 might be a number of significance for you, and this is 28, okay, which adds to number 1. So 1 and 7 might be significant numbers for you guys. Okay, Aquarius. So So work with your shadow, work with things that you have suppressed, repressed, and through that process learn how to give yourself unconditional love. Don't put conditions on loving yourself. Okay, you don't have to say, if I do this, then only I can love myself. If I can be like this kind of a person, this kind of a friend, this kind of a employee, this kind of a father, or this kind of a mother, or this kind of a daughter, or a son, or a wife, or a husband, or a sister, or a brother, whatever. Only if I can be this thing or this person, then only I deserve love. That is fallacy. Okay, you're pure. You're a being which is pure, which comes from the universe, which is part of the universe, which is part of the cosmos. And you deserve all that love that everybody else has, or the universe has to give. So open yourself up to unconditional love over the next 6 months, Aquarius. Open yourself up to receiving and giving unconditional love, okay? Some work you're going to have to do, Aquarius, over the next 6 months, primarily about yourself. Okay, let's look at what your energy is going to be next 6 months. Mending. Beautiful. Your cards are aligned. 52, number 7. So 7 definitely is a significant number for you guys, Aquarius. Okay, mending. You're going to be mending relationships. You're going to be mending. And I feel like this is primarily about your childhood. This is primarily about your, for some of you, even relationship with the source. Which your source is your mother and your father. That's the source of your existence, at least in this physical world. Okay, so for a lot of you, that mending is going to be happening. This is your energy. You want to mend this relationship. You want to mend things from your past, for some of you. And for the others of you, you definitely want to mend your relationships and your equations with others. Okay, but remember, you have to work on unconditional love. So just because you are asking for forgiveness doesn't mean the other person has to continue a connection with you, or a contract with you, or if you're mending ways, doesn't mean that the person has to continue with you. Okay, have that unconditional love for that person. On the other hand, if somebody is asking you for forgiveness, or asking you to mend with them, and if somebody is wanting your forgiveness, you forgive out of unconditional love. It does not mean you have to continue that equation, or that connection, or that relationship. You're free to choose what you want to choose, so long as you keep mending at the front of it, and unconditional love over there. Okay, don't allow shadows to steer you, of course, because remember, shadows are illusions. And you've also got illusions with the doll. There is another, like I said, breaking of illusions. Okay, shadows are illusions. They're unreal. They cease to be when you move to the light. So remember that about shadows. Okay, so your energy is great, lovely. Experience love, experience joy, experience harmony and mending. Okay, also mend with yourself. Also mend with areas of yourself that you have neglected, areas of your being that you have neglected, whether it is something that you really wanted to pursue and you couldn't, or you didn't because of various X reasons, and you left yourself disappointed with that. So mend your relationship with yourself as well, Aquarius. Okay, beautiful card to get. Let's look at what blessing you will have. Throughout, breathe, breathe. Number 29 is number is 11. So your blessing is, finally you will have the ability to just go with the flow, the ability to just focus on the smaller things, focus on the things that simpler things, and just allow yourself to be, just allow yourself to uh, not get too caught up, not get too entangled with too much of heaviness, just too much of um, too many burdens, etc. You'll be able to go with the flow. You'll be able to experience easiness. You'll be able to experience calm. You'll be able to experience peace, a meditative state. You'll be able to trust again. It's a beautiful card to get, beautiful blessing to get, Aquarius. So now that universe is supporting you with this, what my suggestion to you would be that you also focus on your breath work. Okay, that will help to dissolve shadows. That will help to dissolve burnout, unhealed wounds. Focus on your breath. So if you are into yoga, your yoga practices, pranayam or yoga asanas, commit to one thing that you do just for yourself, and that's extending unconditional love to yourself. Okay, lovely blessing to have. Let's look at one thing you might struggle with. Okay, so fates. So what you might struggle with, Aquarius, is that realizing that certain things happen because it's just uh, that's just destiny, that's just the way it's supposed to happen. Okay, so you might want to be in control, you might want to steer your way or your life uh, in the way you want it to. Okay, so you might struggle with accepting that karma is real, destiny is real, destiny does play a role, karma does play a role in our lives. You might struggle with that. You might want things to be in your control. You might struggle with accepting that there are certain things which are beyond your control, no matter what you do, no matter how much you try, no matter how much you give or how much you take. Okay, so that is something you might struggle with. You might question yourself, but I never did anything to deserve this, or why are these certain things happening to me? You might struggle with that. Come back to breathing. Come back to focus on yourself. Focus on the subtle aspect of your life, the energetic aspect of your life, your energetic body. Focus on that and extend unconditional love. Practice unconditional love. Okay, especially to yourself. Okay, and for others of you, what you might struggle with is if in the past you have been uh, testing your fate or testing your destiny, and by testing I mean doing things or saying things or behaving in a manner which is not for your highest good, not for the highest good of other people, then you're going to get returns for those as well. And then you might struggle with accepting that, why is that happening? So, two messages. You apply which one applies to you. All right, let's look at how you might end June. Yeah, joking. 3 have fallen out. Something is going on at a universal level for you, Aquarius, over which you have no control. This is for certain. So my suggestion is go with the flow, work with unconditional love, take care of your shadow self, uh, heal wounds that you have not healed from the past, mend your relationships with others, mend your relationships with yourselves, most importantly, mend your relationships with source. That's the most important one. And focus on breathing, focus on staying in the present. Beautiful cards to get towards June ending. Definitely, universally, things are transpiring for you. There are no two ways about it. You've got deep knowing. The number is 43, adds up to 7. So you got 7 now 3 times, Aquarius. So 7 is definitely a significant number for you guys. You see how it applies to you. Your other cards are Yang. You got number 1 twice. Okay. And the other card is, so Yang is masculine energy, and the other card is higher power. It's a beautiful card to get. Number 4. So beautiful way to end the year, the mid-year, to end June 2022, is that I feel like you will, for some of you, you will be rising up to and you will be supported by the universe, by the higher power, to rise up to your own authentic masculine energy. By masculine energy, I mean masculine energy. I don't mean gender. So this is not male or female specific, man or woman specific. This is energy specific. So this could be about a woman who will experience a rise in her masculine energy. Okay, so the masculine energy is about taking action. It's about strategizing, it's about planning, it's about being the protector, it's about laying foundations. Okay, it's about getting things done. That's the positive side of the masculine energy. I'm not getting into the negative side of masculine energy. You can look that up. But so as much as you struggle with the fates or with understanding why certain things have happened to you, or why certain things have played out the way they have played out in your life, or and especially over the next 6 months, uh, towards June you will have a deeper knowing of that. Towards June you will know that something within you at a soul level, you will know that those were required for you so that you could move to the higher level of your masculine energy. All right, beautiful, beautiful way to end the 6 months, Aquarius. Keep it up so that going through till December also, your cards are equally good. All right, let's get clarified. Nothing over here that I would be worried about. This beautiful way to end the next 6 months, to be coming out on the other side of the 2022. So beautiful. So definitely soul enrichment, definitely a spiritual progression, for sure. And whether you want it or not, it is happening for you. Okay, let's look at clarifiers. Comparison, 5 of Swords, under mending. What a beautiful card to get, right? I mean, beautiful in the sense that it's completely aligned with each other. You want to mend because there's been conflict. You want to mend because there have been disappointments, there's been hurt, there's been lies, there's been deceit, there's been cheating, there's been manipulation. So whether it was at your end or somebody else's end, you're now ready to mend that. And that's beautiful, okay? So stay in this energy, Aquarius. Okay, in this process, through you wanting to mend things, if still there are situations which are making you feel like there is some mind game going on or there is some manipulation going on, you focus on being unconditional about it. Do what you have to do for that situation and choose whether you want to be part of it, not want to be part of it. Choice is yours. You are free to make a choice. You do not owe anybody any explanations for choosing what is the best for you. Please remember this, okay? What is the best for you, you choosing that. You are not obligated to tell anybody or give anybody justifications for those. All right, so if you choose not to be part of conflict, not to be part of hurt, deceit, pain, manipulation, mind games, you mend that relationship and you move on, or you mend that equation and you move on. Don't focus too much on the 5 of Swords, focus on the mending. All right. What is going on? Consciousness as a blessing. This, I think, is the Ace of Swords, if I'm not mistaken. But nonetheless, so if you see the statue of Buddha over here, all right, and deep in meditation, deep in contemplation, supported by the consciousness, supported by the cosmos, right? So that blessing definitely is there for you. You've got, so if some of you are not into how do you say, some kind of energy work, I would suggest that you start doing that. So whether that's breathing or whether that's yeah, ace of ace of swords. So whether that's breathing work, focusing on your breath work, focusing on your energetic field, your energetic body, yeah, you're being blessed with the opportunity and the support to do that. So I would suggest you start doing that, because you've got breathe as well now, right? And that will really help you with these two things. Okay, so new things, fresh ideas, fresh perspectives will be coming for you, fresh communication will be coming for you, which will also, I feel like, because this under, it falls under breath, breathe also, more trustful communication, more trustful interactions more genuine, authentic interactions as well. You're being blessed with that, Aquarius. So just, just focus, like I said, focus on mending, don't focus on the Five of Swords. Okay? You might find yourself caught up in this. You might find yourself surrounded by this Five of Swords from time to time in the next 6 months. You stay away from it. You stay clear because you got that blessing as well. All right. So you got the Fool, and then you've got Mind, which is, I think, Page of Swords. Yeah, so your energy is definitely there all throughout. Five of Swords, Ace of Swords, Page of Swords. Okay. So what you will struggle with is, I feel like over the next 6 months, is trusting to take the leap, to take that leap of faith. Primarily because I think you want to be in control of things. You don't want to allow things to unfold the way they should or the way they're supposed to. And that's why I think you will struggle. Not for anything else. Yeah. Uh, I feel like you will also struggle, for some of you, with understanding why certain things are happening or certain things happened to you in your life. And you might even struggle with communicating that, if that is making you feel a little bit down or a little bit, too much in your head about it. You might even struggle with communicating that to others or to people who, you can trust. So you might struggle with not knowing who to trust, not knowing who to just really share with. Look, you'll never know if you don't trust. Yeah. So as much as you've got the Five of Swords in your current energy, you do also have great blessings. You've got blessings of discernment. You've got blessings of the Ace of Swords, which is, heightened mental faculties and connectivity to the cosmos through messages. You got that blessing. Also, you will know there's deep knowing towards the end of June, so you will know who to trust, where to trust. So don't focus on this. Uh, take that leap where you feel a calling for that. Okay, so take that leap. Not a major struggle though, I feel. Oh, it can be for some because you've got the Fool over here. So this Fool is typically the most powerful trump card in the tarot, because this is about, just in total surrender. It's about being in total surrender and taking that leap, knowing that the universe has got your back, knowing that you are protected, you are guarded, you are loved, you are taken care of at every single step of the way. And it takes a lot of lot of practice to reach this place. Yeah, so for some of you it might be a little bit of a heavy struggle, but yeah, keep focusing on working with releasing your shadow self and working with unconditional love. Okay, let's look at, I'm going to get one clarifier for the three of these. Abundance. What a beautiful card to get. You got the King of Pentacles. What a beautiful card to get, Aquarius. So more groundedness, more stability, more money even for some of you, or new money coming in or new work coming in, but being more solid, being more sure of yourself. You've got masculine energy twice now. So definitely being more sure of yourself, being more nurturing as well, right? As a masculine energy, being more nurturing as well, because the King of Pentacles is also very nurturing. Yeah, so yeah, earth energy supporting you towards in June, towards June 2022. So make use of that, take the support of that. All right, beautiful way to end June 2022. Let's look at one blessing. Jagannath, Lord of the Universe. Worldly power, devotion to Krishna, freedom from the cycle of birth and death, and perfection of the arts in the service of God. So beautiful, higher power blessing you. Beautiful way to also experience unconditional love, devotion to Krishna, unconditional love, and freedom from the cycle of, I mean, over here it says cycle of birth and death, but I would say for you guys, the cycle of, repetitive patterns because of your childhood traumas. Okay, so you'll get freedom from that as well. nice blessing to have, Aquarius. So I think overall nice cards. I mean, universe is supporting you a great deal, Aquarius, over the next 6 months, with a lot of positive energy coming your way, a lot of good stuff coming your way. uh, Only two things that I think would entangle you towards lowering your vibration would be staying in conflict or staying in cheating, manipulation, mind game state, and not trusting. Those are the two things that I think would come in your way, if at all, right? So I hope this helped you guys, Aquarius. That's from Jan 2022 till June 2022. And you guys have a great, great new year, and I will see you guys next year.